I have cared about skincare for a long time. Now, this might be because I only watched Beauty Gurus back in the day. If you were there when By Sister dropped, then you understand how fun that community used to be. And before Beauty Gurus, I never really knew anything about skincare. It was really overwhelming. I didn't know what to start with. I didn't even know what skin type I had. So the YouTube community has really helped me, and now I'm here to help you. Skincare is only effective when you start and when you are consistent with it, because it will help correct and prevent changes over time. Doing preventative things is always going to be better than doing reactive things, because once you have skin damage or acne or another issue, it's really hard to get back on track, and it's much easier to just stay on the right track. But I get you. You might think that skincare is really time-consuming, expensive, and complicated, but it's not, and I'm here to break it down for you. So I'm here to give you a little bit of education on skincare and skin types and what you should be looking out for, and a couple of product recommendations that are good for any budget. I have other recommendations I can give, and if you want even more than what I provide in this video, leave a comment below. So if you want to build a sustainable, consistent, and fun skincare routine, stick around, because we're going to get into every step you need to care about. So I have combo skin. If you don't know what that means, I'm about to break it down in 1 second. And I have been aging, as anybody does. I do not have perfect skin, but I have skin that I am very happy with, and I've been able to maintain over time and recognize what it needs and when it needs it more than I used to. If you don't know anything about skincare, let's start with skin types. You have a couple of main types, being dry, combo, and oily. Dry is going to look like irritated, flaky skin that always feels really tight and stretched. And oily is going to feel like congested skin, so you might have a lot of acne. Obviously, oil, like physically. And you might mistake oily skin for being overly hydrated because of the oil, but a lot of times oily skin is actually overly dehydrated, and your skin creates oil to compensate. And combo is obviously a little bit of both. Most people have combo skin, like I do. I have an oily T-zone in the middle of my face right here, but then the edges of my face, or sometimes depending on the weather, parts of my face can get way more dry than like my nose, for example. Also, skincare does not stop at the chin. You need to be taking it down the neck and down the top of the chest, because all of this is going to show aging over time, and you don't want your skin to look really nice, hydrated, dewy, and even, and your neck look like a total mess. Especially when it comes to sunscreen, because you will show age spots on your neck, even if you're not showing them on your face. So let's start with the first step, which is cleansing your skin. Now, this might seem like the most straightforward and easy step, but it's actually the most complicated, because you can do a lot to your skin when you cleanse that you end up having to fix later in your skincare routine. And like, take what you can get when it comes to Mother Nature. So you want a cleanser that is effective, that cleans your skin well, but is not stripping. And stripping is basically removing too much moisture and oil from your face, so your face feels tight and stretched and sometimes itchy and irritated. If you're using a cleanser that does this, then you are using the wrong cleanser, and we got to fix that for you. But thankfully, I got a lot of options. So if you think that you have primarily dry skin that needs extra moisture, then you're going to want to look for the Prequel Gleanser. It comes in this gorgeous bottle. It is a really good, effective cleanser that is also very gentle and very hydrating. It's called the Gleanser because it is 50% glycerin, which is a really great moisturizing agent. So it's going to be the perfect thing for you. The Gleanser is $18 and it lasts a very long time. If you have combo skin, you're going to be looking for the Malin Goetz, I don't know, their grapefruit cleanser. I have the travel version right here, and they also make a larger version. The travel version also comes with a moisturizer I'm going to recommend later, and this is just $18, and it's a great place to start. The full size of the grapefruit cleanser is $40, but if you want something that is a little bit more friendly on the wallet, then you're actually going to want to go to Walmart or Target and find the CeraVe foaming face cleanser. This cleanser is only $13, and this bottle lasts forever, and it is a very good clean without stripping too much. Now, if you have oily skin, you're actually going to want to get the Bubble Gel Cleanser. I was actually really surprised by this cleanser. I found it at Walmart, and I got a travel size of it, and I didn't really think much of it. It feels so nice. It is the most nourishing feeling cleanser I have ever used, and my face is always soft afterward, but all of the dirt and oil is gone every single time. And for this entire bottle, it's only $17, which if you have oily skin, remember, you do not want a super intense cleanser because you might be making your oily face even worse. Now, if you are a makeup wearer, you're actually going to want to do a double cleanse. So you're going to want to use probably an oil first and then your cleanser second to get all of that waterproof makeup off. And I would really suggest the Prequel Cleansing Oil. So this is just like their cleanser, but it's primarily made of oil. So it will break down all the makeup on your face and it works really, really well. This bottle is smaller, but the oil goes a long way and it's $20. In case you didn't notice, you're going to see a lot of Prequel in this video, but it's not sponsored, even though I wish it was. And lastly, if you have acne that you are trying to manage, you're going to want to get the Pan-Oxyl cleanser. This cleanser actually came from my partner. I had never used it before, and it is a really intense cleanser. Like, it will dry your face out, but if you have a lot of acne, that might be exactly what you need, whether it's on your face or on your body. Only $13, and it's really easy to find at any drugstore. Once you have cleansed your skin and you're ready to go, you need to do two things. You need to treat your skin and you need to moisturize it. You don't need to use a treatment every single night, but a treatment is a great way to monitor where your skin is at, especially when you recognize that something might be going on and something might be changing. And if you treat your skin every night, you could actually end up doing more damage than it's worth. So I would say only use treatments when you actually feel like you need them. Okay, so if you want to exfoliate your skin, which you should anyway, probably at least once or twice a week. If you have dry skin, you're going to actually want to get the Prequel Gleanser, but with salicylic acid. It has the blue cap. It's also $18 and you get a ton of product, but the salicylic acid is very mild and it will just gently refine and exfoliate your skin over time. It's not like one big exfoliating in the moment. Now, if you have combo skin like me, you're actually going to use the Prequel Multi-Acid Milk Peel. You get a lot in this bottle, and all you have to do is apply it on your face before you go to bed, before your moisturizer, and you will have perfectly smooth, even skin in the morning. Also, every time I apply this, a little bit gets on my lip, and whatever acids they use taste a little sweet, even though I do rub it off of my lips and off of my eyes because that skin is too delicate. Now, if you have oily skin or really congested acne-prone skin, I would actually suggest the Tatcha Harper Rice Enzyme Powder. Now, the powder comes in a little container, and it's expensive for what it is, but a little bit goes a long way. You will have it for a long time, and it is the nicest physical exfoliator I have ever used. It doesn't feel like it's damaging my skin, but it also feels like it's really removing any gunk that might be built up in my pores. Also, the milk acid peel is like $23, and it will take you at least half a year or an entire year to go through this whole bottle. The Tatcha Harper powder is expensive. It is $68, but I think it's well worth it. Now, if you want to brighten your complexion and have a more even, glowy complexion, you're going to want to look for a vitamin C. Now, right now, I'm actually testing out the Prequel Vitamin C Serum. I'm testing out the Prequel Lucent C Vitamin C Serum right now. And I really do like this product, but it does smell like hot dog water, which is kind of common with vitamin C, so it's not bad. It hasn't gone bad, but I don't love the scent. And you can find vitamin C serums from a lot of different companies, including The Ordinary, which makes some really good vitamin C products. They make one that is like more of a cream and one that is more of a serum, and they're both about $15 and is a really good value for the money, especially because vitamin C can go bad really quickly. So I wouldn't suggest buying a super expensive one because you have to use it very fast. Now, if you're looking to control oil like me in my T-zone, you're actually going to want to get the Inky List Niacinamide. Now, niacinamide is going to be an ingredient that you'll see in a lot of different skincare products, but this is a concentrated version that is specifically meant to control oil. It will not completely remove all oil on your face, but it will reduce the amount over time, which is really great, especially if you wear makeup. And this little bottle has lasted me a very long time, and it's only $10, which is a great deal. And pretty much everything from the Inky List is a great deal. You can get it at Sephora and at Ulta. Now, if you want to control some redness, whether you just get red in general or you have rosacea like me, I actually use the Prequel Redness Reform Serum. It's been really useful so far. I don't use it that often. I only use it when I feel like I'm extra red, and it just helps calm everything down. It's got a light green tint, and at $20, it's not cheap, but I think it's effective for what it's supposed to do. Now, if you want to do something else and either use the serum or pair it with something and you don't really like wearing makeup, I would suggest the Glossier Skin Tint. It is very, very natural, and it's only $26, which for a skin tint is pretty good because this whole dropper bottle will last me the entire year easily. All it takes is a couple of drops, and I smooth that in over my skin, and my complexion is lightly glowy without any shimmer and just a little bit more even. Also, it's 2025. Just get used to wearing like the tiniest bit of makeup, especially if you're a man. Now, if you're experiencing really dry skin and you want to treat dryness, there's two different products I suggest. The first one being the Glossier After Balm. It is their most intense moisturizer. It's almost a mask, but especially if you have really dry skin or if you live up north, you're going to love that one. And it's $32 for a jar that will last you a long time. And it's fragrance free, which is really important. Or you can go with Bubble once again with their overnight sleep mask that you can get at like Walmart. Their sleep mask is only $20, and a little once again goes a long way, especially if you can get their overnight sleeping mask in like a bundle. I would say it's very worth it. Now, if you're looking to maybe reduce the signs of aging or correct a little bit of aging that has happened, I suggest two different products. Both of them are retinols, which is really great. Retinol is basically a superpower version of vitamin A, and you can go too far with it. So if you're a beginner, there's two different products I would recommend. The first one is the Versed Press Restart Retinol Serum. It is $19 and it is truly foolproof. You can put it on at night a couple of times a week and you will notice subtle changes over time. The one that I'm using right now is actually by Rock. It's the Retinol Correction Deep Wrinkle Night Cream, and it's just like a little serum cream that I actually mix in with my night moisturizer a couple times a week. But you get a lot of retinol in this tiny package, especially because you have to use so little of it for it to be effective. And this one's $22. You can get it at most stores, including Amazon. One thing to note with retinol, you need to use retinol on its own with a moisturizer. Don't mix it with anything else, and don't put it on in the morning. Now, if you are dealing with any breakouts, any irritation, any redness, anything that you just want to calm down a little bit, I'm going to suggest a hypochlorous acid spray. And I have two right here. I have one from Prequel, which love this one and obviously love this brand. You get a lot of product, and I think this is only $16. But the first one that I use is actually from Tower 28, and I still have the travel version. This one is a bit more expensive. I think a full bottle of this is $28, but they both do the same thing. Hypochlorous acid might sound kind of scary. It honestly just smells like chlorine a little bit, and all it does is help antioxidize your skin and kill bacteria on the skin, which is really useful to use before night. So before I go to bed, I will do my whole skincare routine, and then I will just spray that all over my face and get into bed. And ever since I've been using it, my redness is definitely reduced, and I basically haven't had a breakout. Also, this Prequel stuff is all just cheaper and better. So if you're going to buy anything, I would go to Target and get all the Prequel things I'm recommending instead of the Tower 28 one. So then the last step, after you've chosen to treat your skin for something, which you don't have to do every single day, and I would always do at night, you want to moisturize. This is when we feed your skin after lightly stripping it during the cleansing. And moisturizing is the most important step. So if you take anything out of this video, you can never treat your skin, but at least cleanse it and moisturize it, and you will be great for your life. The first one is actually new, and it might be annoying, but it is Prequel, and it's their new half and half peptides and ceramides moisturizer. And you can actually see it's like very milky, liquidy, and I thought this was going to be too rich for my skin, but I actually love it. You shake it out of the top of the bottle, so you can shake out a couple of drops or you can shake out a ton depending on how much moisture you need. And even for my combo oily T-zone, this has actually been really nice and hasn't made me super oily. It's $26 and you get a lot of product. I've probably been using it for about a month and I still have over half the bottle left. If you want a light medium moisturizer, I would also suggest the e.l.f. moisturizer. So that's a light-ish moisturizer. If you want a light medium or if you want a light medium moisturizer, I would actually suggest the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Moisturizer that I used to use for years. I would suggest the Tub Face Cream. It's $13 and you can get it at Target. It actually smells really nice and they make a non-fragrance version. And especially for a beginner, it's just a very simple, easy moisturizer that's really hard to mess up. Now, if you want something that is very flexible and very high-tech and high-end, for $58, you can go to Sephora and get the Youth to the People Adaptogen Cream. Now, the package says that it's a deep moisturizer, which I don't necessarily agree with. I used one tub of this years ago and I was genuinely shocked at how it normalized my entire face. My dry areas were moisturized and my oily areas were equally moisturized, so you couldn't really tell a difference across your entire face, which was really, really impressive. On the flip side, it's just expensive. Now, if you want something that's a bit more medium, definitely not light, I would say go for the Bubble Water Cream. I've also been using this one recently and it's the Cloud Surf Bubble Cream. It's $16 and the entire Bubble line is marketed towards teenagers and acne-prone individuals, but I actually think that the formulas are really good and the price point, especially for the size, is great. It's just a little bit more hydrating than I can normally take on every day, but especially in the winter, I really like this one. Now, if you want something that's like medium heavy, you're actually going to want to get the Malin Goetz again. How do you say this brand? I never know. You're going to want to get the Vitamin E Face Moisturizer. Now, I've been using this moisturizer more recently because I actually got it in a tester kit, and I've actually since bought the travel versions of the moisturizer and of the cleanser because these are $18. This is a great way to start this brand. I was really surprised how much I like it. Even though it is a medium heavy, it still feels really nice on my combo skin, and it makes your skin feel incredibly smooth, which I was very surprised by. I did not have high expectations for this brand at all, so this was a welcome surprised. This bottle for $54 is expensive. I did get it as a gift, but you need very little of the moisturizer to put on your whole face and neck. So I think that it'll last you a long time if you decide to invest. Now, if you're looking for a heavy, regular moisturizer that you can use on the face, neck, and body, I would actually suggest the Prequel Urea, I think, moisturizer. It comes in a blue bottle. It is the same size as the Gleanser, and partnered together, they are really, really great for dry skin. So if you're a dry skin person, Prequel is the brand, and these are the products for you. And that moisturizer is only $22, and the cleanser is $18, and both of those bottles will last you at least 2 months. Oh, this was a marathon. I hope somebody's finding this helpful. That is all of my recommendations I have for you guys, and let me just wrap up with a couple of tips. My first tip is to start small. If you're gonna buy new products, buy 3 things and start with those. Most likely a cleanser, a moisturizer, and a treatment. You want to introduce new changes into your skincare slowly and not all at once. So if you buy every treatment and everything that you need at once, your skin is probably going to freak out at the beginning, and you might not know what's necessarily working and not working for you. Also, this is kind of a controversial opinion, but I say let your face rest in the morning. Keke Palmer said this recently, that she just uses her natural face oils from the night in the morning, and I agree. I don't wash my face most of the time in the morning, and my skin has seemed to do really well. I said it earlier, but if you wear makeup, double cleanse. You want an oil and you want a normal cleanser, because if you're using one face wash or just makeup wipes, you are not getting off nearly as much makeup as what's still on your face. Take it from me. I have fully washed my face before wearing like fun makeup, only to find that I still have eyeliner on like 2 days later. In general, when you are applying your skincare products, go in an outward motion and an upward motion. You don't want to be dragging down on your face. It will just increase the signs of aging faster than you need to. And when you're using something like a treatment or a moisturizer, make sure you're also pressing the product into your face so that way it can really absorb the most amount of benefit from the products you're buying. And my last tip is go cheap with your skincare and then splurge on one specific item. If it's a cleanser that you really, really like using or you really like the experience, do that and then have other cheaper products. I don't think that everything in your routine needs to be really expensive because most of the time it's not worth it. Most affordable skincare is actually really, really good. And just because you're going to spend more money does not mean that you're going to get a better product, especially in skincare. And especially if there's like a celebrity or a brand name attached, I would be very wary of that because that's usually how they make money. So JLo Glow, for example, she's making a lot of money off of being known for being glowy, and that doesn't necessarily mean that her products are going to give you the same effect. So with that, that's all of my skincare knowledge and product recommendations I have for you guys. If you have questions, please leave them below, especially if you're new to skincare. And if you have other product recommendations of things that have worked for you, also leave them below because somebody else will probably find them really helpful, and I love to see what everybody's using. If you guys made it to this point in the video, go ahead and hit subscribe because obviously you like hearing me talk. I make videos like this every single week on all different topics, and I hope to see you next time. With that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Bye.